Okay, I'm just doing the weep hole check now. It's all reinstalled. And that looks pretty good to me. Definitely over the 3 centimetre mark anyway. Right, put in the oil, I put in the coolant, not quite up to the max capacity of what it says in the manual, but it's full in here, it's full in the neck of the radiator, so I'm going to just fire her up just for a split second and see what happens, and then kill her again before she runs out of fluid. Oh. Well, that was good, wasn't it? I didn't actually expect her to start so quickly. I will top this up quick, check the radiator coolant, top it up again and give it 3 quick revs on the accelerator, kill it again, do another check, and then leave her running for a bit. All the levels actually still look okay. I've just had the cap off again. The coolant's still right to the top of the radiator neck. The oil doesn't look too bad, but I won't know for sure until I've got it up to normal working temperature. So I'm going to start her up now, wait for the fan to kick in, go right out there so I don't pass out from carbon monoxide poisoning. Come back in, kill the engine, and then check the levels again one last time before having a really good tidy in my garage because it's a bit of a mess. Okay, I've just topped the coolant back up. The level's looking alright. I'm going to get her back up to operating temperature once more tonight. I've already had a little tidy. Kill the engine, have another little look at the levels and just keep everything crossed that I don't see any white stuff appear in the window. And then I suppose the real test will be on Monday once the clutch bit arrives and I can fix that. Taking her out on the road and seeing how she does. Okay, as I wait for the clutch bit to arrive, I'm going to take a look at this mount here between the oil reservoir and the airbox. Mine has been a bit dodgy for a while and there's a rubber grommet in here that's kind of broken over time. And this little kind of brass bit here doesn't actually, I think it's supposed to be seated in that rubber grommet and it is, and it just moves. So this actually isn't really doing anything, it's not really serving a purpose. And I've seen online that it's always a worry in case this brass bit at some point actually falls into the throttle body. So I'm going to take the airbox off now, I'm just undoing the bolts here. I'm going to take a look inside and see if I can remove this kind of grommet and insert a bolt from the other side. I think I'm pretty lucky really because that just pulled out so, well, I didn't even really have to put it, it just almost fell into my hand. So I put my hand into the airbox. So I always think things happen for a reason. If my clutch bit hadn't broken, then I probably wouldn't be spending the time looking at this today. So I'm lucky that that didn't fall through because that could have literally gone straight into there while I was riding. Okay, so I found my grommet that I had a couple spare from when I replaced my radiator. I'm wondering whether I'll be able to slot that through the hole in the airbox or whether the hole's going to be too small. I'll give that a go in a minute. And then I've got an old bolt that used to be in here that I don't use anymore. So I'm wondering whether that will be a good size to go through. I'm going to give it all a go and see what happens. If not, I've got a whole tray of other bits and bobs that might fit instead. So I couldn't use just one grommet to insert through the hole, so I've used one on each side. So that's how it looks from this side with a nut on the end. Don't know if you can see in there, hopefully you can. Down there, that bolt I put through with another rubber grommet. It may not be the most attractive modification, but I think that's the most secure my oil reservoir has felt in a long time. Okay, so I've just got back from another ride. I've been for a couple over the last few days. The oil now looks really good. But the issue with the engine cutting out while I'm riding is still happening and I don't know what it could be. It seems to be happening at a similar time. I don't know if that's just a coincidence. So if I've been riding for 20 to 30 minutes, it has happened all 3 times when I'm on a faster road, so about 60 miles an hour. And I've lost all power, the engine stalls, which is why the warning light comes on. So it isn't like an oil pressure issue, that just comes on because the bike's stalled. and then I'll pull over. All I have to do is turn the keys off, turn the keys back on again. The last couple of times I've done the TPS reset where you pull the throttle twice, so kill the engine, pull the throttle twice, start it up again, and she then gets me home. So I don't know if it is just the throttle position sensor or something else, but if you've got any ideas, please leave me a comment so I can have a little look. I don't know if it's a fuel issue, if it's something completely separate, or whether it is just the fact that something's gone wrong with the electronics. But anyway, it'd be great if you've got any ideas.